Hola chicos, bienvenidos a la clase de español. Espero que estéis bien y preparados para aprender español. In today's lesson, I want to discuss with you extremely important topic, and this is why do you need to write accent mark, la tilde, in Spanish language. I will go over 25 words, and these words might look almost identical and sound the same, but they aren't. Remember that it is extremely important for you to write the stress marks, la tilde, because if you don't, you will completely change the meaning of the words. This accent mark is called la tilde diacrítica because it allows us to distinguish words. Imagine if this accent mark was not there, it wasn't written. It would be very confusing for us sometimes to know which words are used. Our first pair is me and me. As you can see, the only difference between these two words is la tilde, which you can see in the first word. Me is pronombre personal or personal pronoun. And the second word, me, without an accent, is a possessive pronoun. Let's have a look at the example. Manuel, mira, no todo depende de mí. That's example for the personal pronoun. Or, mira, aquella casa que está allí es mi casa. And this is example for the possessive pronoun. So something that belongs to me, mi casa, without an accent mark. Let's have a look at the second example. Our second pair is sé and sé. The first one, sé, is part of the verb saber. Yo sé, I know. No lo sé, ¿quién es este hombre? And the second word, without an accent mark, sé, is pronombre indirecto. Se lo ha dicho ayer. Se lo ha dicho ayer. Our third pair is, again, sé, which is part of the imperative of the verb ser, sé valiente, and, again, pronombre indirecto. Se lo ha cantado hoy. Se lo ha contado hoy. Our fourth pair is sí and sí. The first one, sí, with an accent mark, is pronombre de afirmación. ¿Te gustaría el cine? Sí. Yes. And the other one, sí, without the accent mark, means if. So it's conjunction if. Si estudias más, seguramente aprobarás tus exámenes. Our fifth pair is sí and sí. Sí, with an accent mark, as pronombre. Miguel estaba muy orgulloso de sí mismo. And sí, without an accent mark, as nota musical. Hoy aprendí acordes en sí bemol. Our sixth pair is te and te. Te, with an accent mark, is sustantivo. And it means tea. Me gusta tomar el té cada mañana. And the other one, te, without an accent mark, has a function of pronombre. Ya te lo dije antes. Our next seventh pair is tú and tú. Tú with an accent mark is pronombre personal. Tú, you. Tú trabajas mucho. And tú without an accent mark is a possessive. ¿Cuál es tu coche? Which means your. Our eighth pair is él and él. Él as pronombre personal, él, he. Él me dijo que tú no vas a venir. And él, without an accent mark, is definite article, artículo definido. El hermano de Juan no puede venir. And our ninth example is más and más. Más, with an accent mark, is adverbio de cantidad. Más means more. Soy más alta que Ana. Más with an accent mark can also be signo matemático and means plus. 1 más 3 es 4. Más without an accent mark is a conjunction and it means the same as pero. For example, Jorge estudió mucho, mas no aprobé. Our 10th pair is está and está. Está with an accent mark is part of the verb estar in present tense for the third person. For example, el libro está aquí. And está without an accent mark is pronombre demostrativo. Esta casa es mía. Okay, our 11th example is de and de. The first one, de, with an accent mark is part of the verb dar, which means to give. Le voy a hablar cuando me dé las llaves. And then de without an accent mark is the preposition. La camisa que llevo es de algodón. Our 12th pair is aún and aún. Aún with the accent mark equals to the word todavía, which means still. Luis aún vive con sus padres. And aún without an accent mark has the same meaning as incluso, which means even. María te quiere, incluso siendo pobre. And now in the second part of the video, we're going to have a look at pronombres interrogativos and pronombres relativos. So the only difference between un pronombre interrogativo y un pronombre relativo is the accent mark that pronombres interrogativos, so the question pronouns, have to have. Now let's have a look at the first pair. ¿Qué? and ¿qué? ¿Qué haces hoy por la tarde? This is the question pronoun, ¿qué? Which means what. Without the accent mark is pronombre relativo and it means that. María me dijo que no vas a ir al restaurante con nosotros. Let's have a look at our next example. ¿Quién and quién? ¿Quién with an accent mark is pronombre interrogativo. ¿Quién te lo ha dicho? And ¿quién without an accent mark is pronombre relativo, which means who. Quien mal anda, mal acaba. Let's have a look at the next one. ¿Cuál and cuál? ¿Cuál? Pronombre interrogativo, which means which. ¿Cuál prefieres tú? And then ¿cuál without an accent mark as pronombre relativo? Su padre, el cual vive en México, no lo sabe. So, ¿cuál without an accent mark is pronombre relativo. Remember that if you want to master your Spanish language skills, I have plenty of useful resources on my Etsy website, so you can have a look at it and you might find something very useful for you that will help you improve your language skills. If you like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss your next Spanish lesson. Hasta luego!